and corruption in their department.
Well, my listener is hearing that you're looking for work, and my listener is the man who matters. She is the woman who matters in Chattanooga. Here on the David Tula Show, and let's talk about your qualifications. You're 27 years old. The last employment you had was at a recycling plant. What did you do there, and what were your responsibilities, Isaiah?
Pretty much all I did was a skid steer operator. Operated the
skid steer.
The job that I had before that, I worked at PSC Metals, and there is where I did a lot, everything. Also, I operated a skid steer, operated forklift. I also know how to operate a man lift. I can also do a lot of metal fabricating, which is like welding and torching and things of that nature. So I have plenty of skills that any company that was to hire me would greatly appreciate, and I could be a very good instrument to the company as well.
And so what we're saying, you're on my show because I have heard a little bit about your past. You had an interview with Marie Mott, and I want my listener to know that tomorrow at 11 o'clock is Marie Mott here on 92.7 Nooga Radio and 95.3 FM HD4. We love Marie Mott. She is a feisty host, a terrific host, and she puts herself into her show every day. And we know that you, the listener on this show, would benefit greatly by tuning into her at 11, just for a few minutes every day, 11 o'clock, Marie Mott show. And Marie had an interview with Isaiah Moore. Now, so the job you had before, how long were you in that position, Isaiah, at the metal plant?
Honestly, I wasn't there long. I was there probably about 2 months, month and a half at the most. I wasn't there long at all. The job before that, I was there almost a year, which was PSC Metals. Unfortunately, I was, after my 90-day period, it was time for a raise. And when I asked about it before I got hired on into the company, I guess they didn't want to pay me the amount of money that I wanted, which wasn't much, probably a $2 raise from what I was getting paid through the temp service. And when I asked for a raise, I guess they said, it's okay, we'll just let you go and you can find somewhere else where you can get that type of pay for the things that you do.
What did you do before the PSI job, Isaiah Moore?
Before the PSC, I was working at Metro PCS.
What did you do there?
I was a salesman. I was actually one of the top salesmen in Chattanooga for that company.
And say something about what that company does and describe a bit your work, Isaiah.
Metro PCS, what they do there is Metro PCS is a phone company. I believe they're partnered with T-Mobile. And pretty much what I did there was pretty much just help customers get the best service phones for them, help them out when they come in, have any difficulties with phone or Wi-Fi or internet service. I would help them out and assist them in any way I could. Pretty much what I do there is pretty much try to get people to stay with Metro PCS and help all our customers out as much as I could in the best way possible.
So there was a lot of human relations in that assignment, more so than in the most two recent jobs you had, Isaiah.
Yes.
And well, now it seems like we're probably getting back into your early 20s. You're 27 now, and that's about maybe a couple of years' time. What about after high school? What kind of work did you have there, or did you get any college classes or Chat State classes? Isaiah Moore.
I did go to college, but once I turned 18, things kind of went downhill for me. As you know, in my past, I was heavily into the street life. I was doing things that I wasn't supposed to do, and that consequences behind that was me getting locked up in a federal penitentiary for 6 years. So that pretty much, I never have any work experience, never taught anything. I was pretty much just playing football at school, and once I got out of school, it was pretty much, all I knew. So it wasn't nothing that I, had an ideal of doing once I got done with school. And that's where the problem came about. So as far as work experience after high school, I didn't have it. Everything that I learned how to do now is something that I did once I got out and, learned on my own and had different people who was experienced at at the things that I've learned teach me how to do it.
Well, what kind of classes did you take or qualifications did you get while you were in the federal prison, Isaiah? You said you were there 6 years.
Well, certificates, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. In the system, they say they have different type of, I guess you could say, educational programs in there, but it's really not. And pretty much what I did was in there, I actually was doing a lot of tutoring. I was helping guys get their GED, helping guys learn how to work computers and things like that. So I didn't too much get into any type of classes besides business. I actually was helping a lot of guys in the system to get, like I said, get their GEDs and learn how to read and to learn how to work computers and things of that sort.
Well, just by the way, if my listener would like to contact Isaiah, can you give your phone number out twice, Isaiah? Would you please do that?
423-803-7892.
Say it again.
423-803-7892.
Well, my listener is saying, "Whoa, he has because he knows I'm interviewing you. He knows that I have a reason for that, and that I'm wanting to suggest to my listener that, well, here's the kind of person that we want to invest in. Here's someone who had a very difficult life, full of temptations, full of going crosswise against the law, and has suffered for it and made good, and so." The reason you're on my show, Timothy Isaiah Moore, is because I think that there's reason to have hope in your reformation and your desire to really prosper other people. Because don't forget, when you're applying for work, it's not just, you're not begging for something. You are in fact in a marketplace that has right now a lot of demand. People want men and women to work in their businesses, and there's a shortage of good people to hire. However, your case has this rough background that you want to suggest to the listener that he, in a way, lay it aside. Now, tell my listener why he should lay aside your, I guess, gang background, your prison sentence. How should he think about people like you and you particularly in the context of hiring? He does need someone to work for him. How and why should he lay aside this, when I say blot on your record, Isaiah?
Well, quite honestly, I'm not trying to brag anything, but my work ethic is very, very, very strong. Once I get to work, wherever I work at, I've had instances where I climb up the ladder very fast. I'm a quick learner, and I just do everything I can to make the company better. Because once I get hired, I am a part of that company. And so my whole goal is to make the company better and make myself better as well. And if that's what I can do, then that's what I will do. Anything that needs to be done, I'll take it upon myself to end up doing it. I'm a leader. I have very good leadership skills. Like I said, I'm a fast learner. I'm good in working in fast-paced environments. I've had all type of work experiences with different things, as far as whether I'm dealing with customers or dealing with operating machines and things like that. I could be a very good jump start to a company. I could bring in a lot of energy into a company, and I think my energy is kind of contagious, so everything will really flow with me being a part of the company.
Well, that's a very good discussion, Isaiah Moore. We're talking with Isaiah Moore, who was let go from after a month on a job at a recycling business here. An incident that he attributes to false statements being made about him in the on digital platforms. His number is 803-7892. That's 803-7892. And this I'm really wanting to help him, and this in a way is a kind of a job interview. And I'm your proxy. You, my listener. Have me in your stead to ask some of these questions and elicit from this man who's looking for work details about his career and his past. Now, also, it's good to hear, Isaiah, that you're a married man. Your wife's name is Kendra. Tell my listener a little bit about her and how you met her, please.
Well, we actually met years back, and I guess you could say we met on Facebook. but somehow, you know, Facebook turned into more, and now we're married. She kind of stuck with me through the hardships that I was going through as far as me being incarcerated. She stuck it through with me. And once I got out, you know, we got married and we started a whole life together. She's an entrepreneur herself. She does hair. She's also an artist. She paints and draws. And, you know, we're actually working on her own line of different hair oils, essential oils, and things like that.
And it sounds like a great combination. So you are looking for a place to be hired. Now, let me ask you this: do you have any ideas for your own business? Is there someone? Do you have a business idea that you've thought about for a while, perhaps, Isaiah, that you could be your own owner?
Yes, actually, I do. I'm actually thinking. Me and my wife are wanting to open up our own food truck. Thing is, this would probably be a different food truck than any other food truck in the city. We're going to have a vegan-based food truck, and the reason being is because we want employees who works at different companies. We want to go and feed them things that will not drain them, but to actually energize them and have them finish out the day on a strong tip.
And that is a great venue, and there are new rules that have been passed by the city council that create districts, and there's a little bit more liberty in the food truck line. And what is the capital startup requirement, Isaiah Moore?
I'm sorry, say that again.
How much money would you need to actually get that food truck off the ground if you were looking for an investor?
If I was looking for an investor, I would probably say it'll probably range from around 10,000 to maybe 14,000, 15,000. The food truck itself, just getting the truck itself and getting a nice, good running truck would be most of the cost. That would be most of what the money is going into. But as far as the food go, me and my wife actually were going to cook and things ourselves to put on the truck. It wouldn't be things that we can just go get and you can microwave. We were actually going to cook these things ourselves and put it on the truck. So, you know, a little amount of money would go into the food, but I'd say about $12,000, $15,000 will get the business up and operating.
Well, you say that includes the price of a truck. Would not a truck be in the $20,000 range, Isaiah?
You say the truck is
the truck range? Itself. I mean, yeah, you can buy a truck and have all these other purchases and licenses and so on for under $15,000.
It's as far as a business license doesn't cost much at all. I'm not sure exactly what all I have to do to be able to go get certified into doing that, but I do know getting a business license doesn't cost much at all, and you know, pretty much things like that. I'm still, you know, researching and learning the best way how to bring the business out on the table.
And Keandra, your wife Keandra, would be willing to lay aside at least partly the hair line that she's working on if a food truck starts. Is that what you're suggesting, Isaiah?
Oh, no. No. I guess you can say we're hustlers. So any avenue that brings in money and opening business and things like that, we're going to take. It's just not going to be just a one business thing. We are looking
a two business couple. Timothy Isaiah Moore, thanks for joining me here on the David Tooley Show.
All right, thank you.
And his number to call Timothy Moore, Timothy Isaiah Moore, the number is 803-7892. He's looking for some capital or to be hired. If you, my listener, know the kind of things I care about, call him. Isaiah Moore, 803-7892. Call him and learn about him. He sounds like a great person to have on your staff, or maybe to run a business in which you can put some local investment capital. 803-7892. That's Isaiah Moore, 803-7892.
3, 2, 1.
Chattanooga Radio, Digital FM 95.3 HD4.